Okay, let's sit up, friends. We have made good progress, I think. I've pretty much figured out the Pokédex. I just need to map 4 maps and event a shit ton in like 2 days. I'm sure that's not going to be hard. God save me. Oh, okay, I've got the countdown going. But this means we can go full speed, maybe. Let's take a... No, actually, I'm too chocolated out. Making a lane will be a good idea. C's are large, generally a waste of time. Yeah, I'll have to map efficiently, I think. I mean, honestly, there's no... Oh. Is it working? There's no point in having really large maps because you're not like going through grass or anything. You're literally just gonna sit down and fish. There's like not much to do, you know? So I guess the maps will be pretty small. The village might be a bit big, but again, not too big. I just need to make sure I have room for like NPCs and maybe finding some hidden items like bobbers to help you out. Maybe I can have a secret master bobber somewhere. But yeah, I think we're on track. It should be good. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Hopefully they're not too bad. Oh, look at all that. Actually, oh god. I need to quickly go to the bathroom. So, don't start without me. Okay, I'm back. Oh god, I missed something. Something about the fog inside seems to make the time itself swell and boil. Maybe you should go have a look for yourself, man. What game is this? I missed this. It looks really cool. I love the art. Oh? Miststone. Oh, what's that Pokemon? Are we getting like a flying type Eevee? Oh, I didn't say the name? I guess it will say at the end. Oh, a Misty Eevee? And Nikmion. That's a good name. I like that. I guess he's like evolution, so he goes into these 3. Or more than 3. I guess across the 2 of them, they cover every type. That's kind of awesome. Swirling Seasons, coming soon.
Hello everyone, my name is Lex Diablo, and I'm honored to be a co-host for the first ever Eevee Expo. Today we'll be
I know that guy.
At exclusive trailers, behind-the-scenes showcases, and insightful interviews from the Pokemon Fangame and ROM hacking communities. I'll be hosting this expo alongside fellow Fangame developer Cade.
Hello everyone.
I know him
What
too.
we just saw was a trailer for the upcoming Fangame Swirling Seasons, based on YouTuber Loxton and Noggin's Cascade video series. We hope you look forward to a journey through the Cascade region with exciting challenges and
the poster.
mysteries. That said, let's move on to our first batch of headlines in today's expo.
First batch of headlines? Gameplay footage not final, all art maps and assets are subject to change. Of course. Murky bound version. The D's region? What, these nuts? Wait a second, that's the Arceus thing. You have the same keyboard? What the hell? Troll? We were talking about Troll? What the hell? 200 new Pokemon actually? Friscat? Oh, I like him. Like a Lego Pokemon. How many people have you? 200? God damn. Maybe I should have it like this so we can have the chat. Pokemon Murky Van now in development. Deity Gardens. I like the title screen.
I've always been one of the biggest nerds when it comes to Pokemon ever since I got a copy of Pokemon Yellow back on a Game Boy. I've always enjoyed trying to be number one and raising the best of these Pokemon that I could muster and trying to come up with new favorites each time I start a new generation. At one point, it just got to the point where I wanted to start working on some adventures of my own. And,
I'm not too sure who this is.
For me, my role in game development is normally just coming up with art assets and trying to improve my craft in any way that I can, whether it be through sprites, 3D models,
What's that
or anything of
XP
that sort.
candy?
If you ask me, the biggest struggle that I've had is not having enough time to work on the things that I love doing, such as working on these sorts of games and trying to finish a product. We know big projects like this can always take like years in order to finish, but it's something that I can be proud of in the very end.
Yeah, this video was quite well put together. I liked how they had the shots of like the guy doing dev work. I don't know, it's quite cool. Demo available, you can play that one. Wait, I think I know what this is. This is Super Sludge by Grandma Emoji, Grandma Emoji, Grandma Emoji. Grandma Emoji, Grandma Emoji, Grandma Emoji, yes, that is their name. Make some really cool games. I guess they're working on a sequel. I know it looks dumb. It looks like a shitpost, but it actually makes some really cool stuff. They made a fighting game in Pokemon Essentials, like a combo kind of fighting game thing. True, they are called Guardians, right? They're like got Iron Guardians, yeah. Wow. Oh, that's a really nice graphic. Ronco's gonna love this. This looks really cool. I feel like they've done a lot to their formula. I know, they do diagonal movement, it's insane. Grandma Emoji, Grandma Emoji, Grandma Emoji like puts in insane mechanics into their Pokemon Essentials game somehow. Like making a platformer
How would you feel knowing the destiny of this world?
Mummy?
Could you resist acting on it? How do you know you're changing the future for the better?
This looks really cool. Grandma. Ooh, Rianne Chikorita. I like this a lot. This looks really cool. That's Cyndaquil? Like a poison Totodile? Okay. Wow. So many cool forms. I actually really like those forms. Oh, and some new Fakemon. Wait a second. Coolfish, okay, I guess they evolve. Mega Evolution to Mega? And some cool characters. Oh. The music. The baby train. Yeah, there's so much like cool stuff they're showing off. Oh, little tightrope. I guess that's for evolved Croconaw. Some cool gym lead. Ooh, look at that UI. Wait. This game actually looks really cool. The trolley Pokemon would want you switch to one person and do nothing else after that. Oh, I have a trolley problem, right.
I'll be seeing you very soon.
That's really cool. I guess if we want to know more, we can join that Discord. Oh, I paused it. I'm so bad. Secrets of the Ages.
I'll be seeing you.
Okay, I'm sorry,
very
I
soon.
rewound it. Oh my god, my mouse. Okay. Secrets of Ages coming soon. That looks really good. I'm loving
What do
it.
you think? We've taken a look at a lot of trailers, so hopefully something's caught your eye so far. Some of these games are available for download in the description, and games without downloads will have links to their relevant social media or informational posts.
Before we take a look at some more fan games, we'd like to take a second to talk about some of the events that happened within the community.
Ooh.
Many popular fan games
Game Jam
originated from
time?
the Relic Castle Game Jams, and similar events, such as the Pog Jam, have sprung up as well. Recently, the second Pog Jam took place.
I played that
It's a
game.
week-long game jam geared towards helping people learn about how to develop and release a game. An astounding 19 games were released, and the event
Yeah,
was a
the
very
Pog Jam.
large
I played a
success
lot of them.
overall.
I couldn't get through all of them,
On
but I
screen
played a
now are
lot.
some clips from various games
Oh, I
that
love
we
that
submitted
game,
to this jam.
Apocalypse.
We'd like to congratulate all of the participants for being able to make a fan game in just 1 week. An incredible feat, to be sure.
We had an opportunity to speak with Fandaga, the main coordinator of the Pog Jam and the creator of
Fandaga
many
appearance?
Pokemon Essentials tutorials, which have helped many fan game developers over the years. Here's what he had to say.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with Thundaga, the developer of many fan games such as
interview had to be cut short,
Splice,
sadly,
Pokemon
but it
Shield,
seems like there's a
Pokemon
longer
Stars,
version somewhere.
Go Glycopod series. How are you doing today, Thundaga?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a nice chill day. I'm working on my
There he
Pog Jam
is.
game, Pokemon Doodle, and yeah, I'm just grinding. But otherwise, yeah, it's been pretty chill. I hope you're doing well as well.
I'm doing pretty good, thank you for asking. Alright, so let's start with these questions. So, first of all, how did you find out about fan games and what kind of got you into making them?
Ooh, okay. So I was streaming some Pokemon stuff like in college, maybe back in like 2014, and I was playing Pokemon Emerald, and somebody mentioned like, "Oh, have you heard of Pokemon ROM hacks?" So I played Pokemon Quartz and Pokemon Snakewood, which
Oh my
both
god,
are
Pokemon
like,
Snakewood.
pretty old ROM hacks by now, but they had some questionable stuff in them. But I thought it was
Pokemon
pretty
Quartz
fun
as well
that
is an
somebody could
oldie.
go in
That's
and
a
like
special one.
make a fan game or make a ROM hack. And then around that time, Pokemon Uranium started blowing up, and I think it also like got the attention of Nintendo. And
Yeah.
and
I think a
so
lot
there
of
was
us know about
Uranium, and then there was another one called Pokemon Fusion Generation that I played. And I put a Pokemon Fusion Generation reference into the very first Pokemon fan game I ever worked on, which was Pokemon Noir. Funny enough, but around that time I was like, "Whoa, you can make games! You can
Pokemon
make them
Snakewood is
standalone," and I
legendary.
thought that was really interesting. So
Yeah,
I looked
Thundaga
up
got a lot of
online
people
to
into
see
his,
if it was
it's a
possible. I was
pretty
like, "Oh,
special
how do
guy.
I make a Pokemon game?" And then I started watching a couple Atomic Reactor tutorials.
Oh, that's
and,
how I started
from
too,
there,
watching
I started
Atomic
messing around with
Reactor.
Pokemon Essentials, and I was just learning a little bit at a time, and I thought it was super fun. And yeah, that was kind of what got me into it, at least at the start.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that, finding out about fan games and just being interested in how to make them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a gateway drug. You play one, and then you're like, "Oh, well, I want to play another. Oh, what's this?" And
Yeah, exactly.
then before you know it, you're diving down the rabbit hole.
What kind of inspired you to kind of create those community events like the Pog Jam?
So I think my biggest
Oh.
my biggest inspiration
Okay.
is honestly some of the
Or maybe
Relic
that's
Castle
me
game jams.
being something bad.
But I it's the Relic Castle game jams mixed with the fact that I have a short attention span. So I kind of wanted to
Yeah, Pokemon
create,
Relic Castle game
like,
jams.
or
That's
I
what
want
we're doing
to
now.
have a game jam series where it's kind of shorter and a little bit like lower stakes and
Yeah,
it's just like
Thundaga,
making something
yeah,
fun.
it's helped a lot of people.
Like at the end of the day, I just wanted to like encourage people to create some things, and it's really easy for ideas to bloat and grow in size sometimes to the point where people never actually release anything. So having something with an extremely short window kind of forces people to reduce the scope, so people will still like release something, and I feel like that's like the key to learning. So reducing those cycles to like extremely small sizes and being like, make something in a week, or the first one, make something in 3 hours. And I'd like to do more of that to kind of just like force people, because
Pokemon Tribal
that's
is
like
a
the
bit of a
biggest
game
barrier
barrier,
to
yeah.
learning stuff. There's a lot of people who kind of like have a massive idea for like a huge world, and they're going to make 20,000 Pokemon in their game, and then they never release anything ever. But it'd be so much, you'd learn a lot more, I think, from just like, you know, making a game with like 3 routes and sharing it with a friend and getting their feedback and stuff. So
What
that's
is
kind of,
very
at the
true. Like,
heart
I
of
think
the
you've got to
pod
start
jam.
at a smaller scale
Yeah,
and just
I mean,
get
I've been, like, going
experience,
through
get
the
something out
Fangame
there.
server and seeing people kind of experience the different stages of development has been really interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's been like a neat learning experience for everybody involved.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it might be one of the first things that they ever like release to the public, and I feel like that they're learning so much. Like somebody last night in the Twitch stream, they swung by and they're like, "Yeah, like
Oh,
I've
haven't
already
we all,
learned a ton,"
Octavius?
and I'm
We all
like,
want
"Yep,
a 20K
that's the
long
goal.
game."
That's the job. That's the pog jam, baby."
And just to kind of wrap things up, is there anything else you want to say to the people watching?
Yeah, so
Free time.
I would like to say keep on making things. Pokemon fan games and game development in general is
Good
a
advice.
really good creative outlet, and it's helped me a lot personally. And I would strongly recommend that you share your creations and get feedback, because that's the key to learning. Yeah, just keep on making things, keep on learning. I've been doing this for over 6 years, and I'm still learning stuff every day, and I need to relearn stuff all the time, but it's a lot of
6 years.
fun.
I've been here
I think
for...
learning is one of the most fun things.
I think
so
also 6
share
years.
stuff, create
6 or
stuff, learn
5.
stuff, just
Oh
keep
no.
that cycle going.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. All right, well, thank you for your time, and thank you for coming on to the Direct and having this interview.
Hey, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Ah, that was a good
Thanks
interview.
to
I like
Donna
that.
for an insightful interview. Learning about the mindset behind these events and tutorials has been very educational.
Speaking of community events, the Relic Castle Game Jam number 8 is taking place. In this jam, you're welcome to make any kind of game you like, Pokemon-based or not. The optional theme this time around is simple, so we look forward to seeing your simple yet charming projects.
This event lasts until August 10th, so start working on your entries while you can. Now, let's take a look at some more exclusive fan game trailers and reveals.
Is this actually Ash and Frost? Because I know I'm a bit behind. Oh my god, it is Ash and Frost. Relic Castle is great, man. I have a lot to thank for Relic Castle, but my god, I'm waiting for the next update. I want to play this game so badly. It's made by ECAT. Again, so much respect for ECAT. And this is like their big game, their big project, it seems. Oh, very pog. It's like detective, ace attorney, amazing characters from what I understand. Funny. Just good stuff. Oh boy. Yeah, Pokemon fan game creators are chads. And it's quite professionally done. Like it's well edited. It's got like MCs presenting. Very well done. What is this? I didn't know there's a weird mini game in it. Bullet hell. Oh, murder! Yeah, I don't know if I can pull up, but the logo, there it is. There's the logo for the Eevee Expo. It's nice. $19 cases with plenty of side content. We love side content. Oh, JPA, hello. welcome. We're watching the Eevee Expo where a bunch of like fan game news and stuff are being released. No, this isn't Pokemon Undercover, this is Ash and Frost. It's a really good game, but it's quite long and it's still being updated. But it is like detectives and stuff, it's really cool. And made by ECAT, who I'm just, yeah, massive respect to. Look at that. Ah. Pokemon Ash and Frost. There you go. Beautiful title screen. Very good game. Ooh, case 20, an unreleased one. Yeah, I'll probably be the same, or at least at the very least I'm waiting until the next update for Ash and Frost. But yeah, I fully understand waiting for it to be complete. Oh, this is something. That's a cool looking Beautifly, or maybe a new Pokemon. Feeling buggy. Changing your color. Skyflare. Oh, I guess it's a Fakemon. Yeah, it looks cool. I don't think this is Guy, is it? Guy is like Gen 3. This would be... Wow, so many Fakemon. They actually did make 20k Fakemon. Oh, and the character portraits, so much like expression. Wow, yeah, they've got one hell of an artist on their team. Oh, is this Sage? Maybe. No, I feel like the Sage protagonists look different. This might be something else. I guess we'll find out. Oh, Skyflare. Thank you. Dude, they said the name already, didn't they? I'm so short-term memory loss or something. What? I think JPA is right. I think it's Skyflare. I remember, but they did show the title screen. I just have a crappy-ass memory. People are loving it, bro. People love it. Yeah, genius. I like the Fakemon. They're all really well designed. Maybe I'll have to play this game. It seems like it has a demo out. Maybe? Skyflare coming soon. Okay, so not out yet, but coming soon.
Every game is a pathway to fate, but every choice you make shapes the destiny you'll face in it. Pokemon Fated Destiny.
Fated Destiny.
Join us for a tale that spans 2 generations of heroes in the all-new region Terfati. Experience the origins of the new generation Shadow Pokemon in the prologue as Agent
Shadow
Ash,
Pokemon.
a Pokemon journey that focuses on narrative strength to set the groundwork for future installments.
Neo
Team
Team
up with
Rocket.
Professor Cypress and your team of long-term Pokemon family, all who actively participate in your mission.
Oh, I like the shadow particles on the shadow balls. Yeah, okay.
Access the Mega Evolution system to give yourself the edge you need to defeat those who stand in your way.
Mega Pokemon. Yeah, a few Pokemon fan games have
Utilize the
used
all-new
Shadow
Xeno
Pokemon. It's
gear
quite
to
cool.
replicate TM's Pokemon moves and grant Azure power via the bonds he's created. Investigate, battle, and discover what Neo Team Rocket plans, and put an end to their misuse of
Double
Pokemon.
battles. I guess a lot of double battles, it seems. Yeah, Shadow Lugia would be cool if it appears in the
In
game.
this journey, you and Azure will walk a final hallway to fate. How will you decide your destiny ends? When that decision is made,
It's
you'll be the
I
inspiration
guess
for
they
the
use
next
like the shadow
generation of the main
particles to
game,
show
Pokemon
shadow
Fated
Pokemon
Destiny,
instead of like giving them
starring
the
Zorn
darker
and
sprite
Saya.
with red eyes or anything. Ooh, that's really cool art. I wish they showed that for a bit longer. Fated Destiny. Demo available. You can play it now if you want. This isn't a fan game. This doesn't seem right. Pokemon Beginnings. New adventure awaits. Well, I like that museum. I know Pokemon Infinity uses the same tiles, I think. Some cool trainer design. Ooh, some Fakemon. Oh, I like that beaver. What's that guy with the eye patch doing? Oh, some rock guy reminds me of Gigalith. Oh, I like that one a lot actually. Oh, it's an Agi slash one. Wow. I don't know. I like some of the Fangame and regional forms. Yeah, it was like a platypus or a beaver, I think maybe. Oh, something's up. An evil team. Oh, I like that design. Nos Sector. You have bad taste. Pokemon Begins. That looks cool. I like a lot of the designs like this.
There's a lot to look forward to from the Fangame community. Making a non-profit project like this is serious work, and there's a lot of technical and creative skill behind the scenes on each one of these fan games.
In this segment, we'll be showing off engines and resources that can help you make your own games, or at least understand what exactly goes into making a Pokemon fan game.
Of course, the most popular engine is the Pokemon Essential Starter Kit. For
I guess we're going to
RPG
talk a bit about
Maker's
all
Team.
the different engines.
This kit,
like
developed
PDSK.
by Marino, is perfect for beginner developers who want to bring
Essentials,
their
obviously.
creative visions to life. With a lot of included features and
I mean,
modular
we have that
resources,
open
Pokemon Essentials
right
makes
here.
it super easy to implement your ideas and stories into a real video game.
Recently, Pokemon Essentials received its version 20.1 update. This update introduced all existing Pokemon up to Generation 8, improved map rendering on certain devices, reworked and simplified a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, and brought a ton of quality of life changes to Essentials.
The other side of fan game development is ROM hacking, and big improvements
Oh, I
have
can't
been
apply.
recently made in hacking Pokemon Black and White. Our very own Sauce.
Yeah, we haven't seen Elysium yet.
From the ROM
I think you're right.
to
That's probably what's
discuss
going to
some of
happen,
the
right?
recent progress.
Hey there, folks. Let's continue this tech segment with a very peculiar interviewee from the ROM hacking community.
I'm quite far behind.
Our next
Wait,
interviewee
let's
is
quickly
very
skip ahead
special.
so I'm up to
His
date.
name is Platinum Master, and he's a pioneer of the Gen Ers within the scene.
Hi, pleasure to have me.
Oh yeah, I need you to introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Platinum Master. I'm a Gen 5 researcher. I researched the entirety of the game engine in Generation 5, along with some other people. And what we're aiming to do is
I guess
make
this is
Generation
for ROM
5
hacking.
easily modifiable and accessible to anybody who chooses to modify Gen 5. So, yeah.
I've never touched ROM hacking.
That's really awesome.
It's tempting.
Man.
What does it mean to hack Gen 4 and Gen 5 games over using RPG Maker?
So that's a good question. So essentially, what it means to modify these games is you have the original atmosphere of the game that's pretty much already there.
Daisy Venice is
And
a ROM hack.
if you want
It
to
looks so
constrain
cool.
yourself to those limits of trying to express yourself in that atmosphere, modifying those games makes it a lot easier. And additionally, you don't have to recode the entire game from scratch just to try and emulate that atmosphere or do something similar. So I think that's one of the biggest things that the game hacking community would be able to do.
I like the
that
reflections. I
Something
love
like
that.
a RPG Maker version
I know
of the
ROM
game wouldn't be able to.
hacking is going crazy.
I think a lot of people have the misconception that ROM hacking is inaccessible, but during the last few years, plenty of advancements have been made with ROM hacking tools. How easy is it now to hack Gens 4 and 5?
That's also a very good question. I would say that it's a lot easier to hack the games than it was like maybe a couple years ago, to the point where it's possibly very easy to even do things like, let's say you want to rebalance the
Yeah.
entire trainer roster in the game, or you want to change the wild encounters on like Route 47 or something, or let's say you want to make it so that Alder has level 100 Pokemon. Stuff like that, I would say, is relatively trivial nowadays, and because of that, it's a little bit easier to modify the games. Obviously,
cool.
that's just talking about certain aspects. There's some other aspects of the game which are still
Look at that.
harder to modify, which I will possibly cover in a little bit.
How does research and development occur in the ROM hacking scene? Who and what makes it all possible?
So, in the way we think about it is that research is essentially someone trying to figure something out. Let's say I really want to know how to change the songs in the game. I kind of just sit there and I'm like, okay, how do the songs work in the game? And then I put effort and time into going through, trying to figure out how to get the songs, how to understand how these songs work, how the structure of the songs are. And then I try to put my own songs in with that structure. And eventually we get to a point where you're able to have the song that you enter.
Oh, really?
in the
Wow,
game.
that sounds like a really
And
crazy company.
That's
Game
generally
Saver.
how some research would work. And anybody can theoretically do research because it's essentially just a bunch of people who really want to do something, banding together to try and figure out how that something works and then implementing it.
Could you show us something trivial you can do with Gens 4 and 5 ROM hacking? What about something more advanced?
That's a good question. So what I would say to that is essentially there's this one aspect which is modifying the game's code. And this is separate from modifying the game's events because those are usually stored in scripts. But let's say you want to modify the lower level aspects of the game, like you want to modify like connecting to Wi-Fi or something crazy. To do something like that, you would need to research the game, and you'd most likely need to write this thing called an assembly routine, or
See, this sounds hard. This
essentially
is why I
some
can't do ROM
code
hacking.
which compiles into assembly that modifies that aspect of the game. And that's going into heavy programming, which, well, maybe not heavy, but it goes into the idea of programming a little bit. And some people may not understand it as easily as, like, let's say somebody who can use
Please clap at my
like
trash
DS
joke.
Pokemon ROM editor to change like the trainers and something like that. So it requires a bit of a different skill set than the other aspects of hacking the game. So that would definitely be something that's more advanced.
What is your personal favorite aspect of hacking the DS games?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That looks so
I
cool.
would have to say that my most favorite thing to do is modifying the file system, because if I wanted to change graphics, it's usually something I can just easily do within like 5 seconds, because I can find the file and there's a name for the file and I can just go in and do it. With the other generations before, like generation 3, 2, and 1, they didn't exactly use files, so I kind of had to you kind of have to just go in and look for the graphics yourself by using a hex
This is a
editor
cool
or
interview.
something.
Like, as someone who knows like nothing
Or
about
if
ROM
you have the
hacking,
decompilation,
it's cool to
you
hear
can
this
go
stuff.
ahead and look for the graphics, but they may not be titled accurately because, the original game may have used different names, but the decomps do their own
Infinity's
thing.
getting a segment. I did not know.
And because of that, it also allows me to easily
I
pull
wonder if it'll
files
be
to
about-
test with when I'm modifying the game and doing
I guess I'll
other
see.
research
I'm
assets.
looking
So
forward to it.
it makes it a lot easier, and I think that's my favorite part of it.
Thanks to Sauce and Platmaster for a great interview. Looks like Gen 5 ROM hacking has a lot of potential, and I'm especially excited to see the different projects and games made with these resources.
Another important resource in Fangame development is having high-quality sprites for Pokemon introduced in future generations.
I didn't realize
And
there
one
was
of
a
the
list.
major resources in this respect is the Smoke on Sprite
I guess I
project.
missed it.
The Smoke on
Posted
Sprite
somewhere else.
project has been providing 2D Pokemon sprites for the Fangame community for a long time, and we spoke with some of the members on their team to hear more about their progress on spriting Pokemon from Sword and Shield.
Hi, I'm Antient, and some people
It's a
call
really
me
cool
Anti or Ant.
artist.
Hey, I'm Gez, also known as Grand Emperor of Zeleron, and I'm the project leader for Smoke on Sprite project, as well as one of the spriters.
Smoke Sprite.
To begin with, I think everyone is excited about Generation 9.
Oh, that's
What's
cool.
the status and plans for the Gen 9 project?
So Gen 9 is already underway, with us having started sprites for the currently revealed Pokemon, such as the starters and the legendaries.
People
as
are so
well
quick.
as the meme-worthy Lechonk and Smoliv. And while there isn't anything for Gen 9 there just yet, we will be posting updates as things are ready on our Smogon thread.
We've only mentioned the static sprite work you guys are doing, but you also have some very, very talented people animating all of those sprites by hand. so people can use them in their Gen 5
Antiant
inspired
did a lot of
projects.
animated
How's that going?
Fakemon for
So far,
Pokemon
animated
Synthetic,
sprites
which is really cool.
themselves has been a
Which is a
little
Gen game.
difficult, especially for the Pokemon with over like 100 cosmetic forms. But the process of actually
Oh my
getting
God.
everything done overall has been pretty smooth. Recently, it's been going a little bit slow because our animators are busy with other things going on in their lives,
Fair
like
enough.
their own fan game projects and stuff. Right now, Gen 6 is about a little under a quarter done. Gen 7 has almost half, and Gen 8 about a quarter.
At first, when I was introduced to the
I love that there's
Smoke
more
Inspired
Gen
projects
7
work,
done
I
than Gen
thought the
6.
team
That
behind
shows
it
how
would
much
be
people
huge.
care about
I
Kalos.
was really surprised to find out that there's only a few of y'all. How many members are in the team right now, like working, like active? Are you looking for anything specific, recruitment-wise?
Yeah, we have around 15 people working in the project right now. 8
15!
spiders and 7 animators.
And they do so much work.
Recently, a new batch of spiders have joined us to help us with spreading the new forms and Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Legends Arceus and Generation 9. We are currently looking for animators. We're really booked on spiders since a majority of them are active right now.
So, how's it like working for the Smogon Sprite project as an animator?
Working with the Smogon Sprite project has been pretty fun so far. Everyone chips in, they help out with the animations. Even the spiders
Tom, it's
chip
me.
in a few times. Mostly the spiders, actually.
No.
And sometimes the standards are a bit high, and that causes the animations to take a bit longer to take than I usually like. But in the end, they all come out looking pretty well.
I hope
in
we
my
get a new
opinion.
Charizard form soon. Wait till we hear about the Snorkeling
So,
Charizard.
if everyone can chip in at any part of this process, what does that process typically end up looking like? Is it chaotic?
A lot of the time, a person will reserve a Pokemon, then post a first draft on our Discord server. People then chip in with feedback, whether it be about colour, shading, shape, and the artist will come back with revisions. This will happen quite a bit with it
Get out
bouncing
of here,
back and
Pixel.
forth until we land on something everyone's happy with, where it will then go through QC for those final touch-ups to fix things we never noticed, as well as make everything stylistically consistent. And even
Jesus,
then,
the most
sometimes we
Scottish guy
post a
I know.
sprite and get feedback from the community, either pointing out mistakes or making suggestions to how things could be different, which means the sprite will then sometimes go back into QC even after being posted.
So finally, I'd like to ask a little bit about the history behind the SSP. So what was the original goal when starting out the project? Did it always have Pokemon fan games in mind? How widely spread are the sprites used nowadays?
The
Oh, that's
project
cool.
was initially started by Lael for Pokemon Showdown, so that it could include sprites for the Pokemon revealed in X and Y, and when people wanted to use the sprites option on the site. But when Paragon became the project leader, he really expanded the project, so it now included icons in the various styles such as 3DS, GBA, and Switch.
It's a
Made
big
the project
project.
free for use, and that's when our work really started to be used by the
Oh,
wider
I love
community,
that.
whether it be fan games, fusions, and even cross-stitching.
Big thanks to the Smogon Sprite project team for taking the time to
Big
sit down
thanks,
with
yeah.
us. I'm sure you can understand how daunting a task this is.
Fan games cannot exist without them.
I know I do.
Anyways, let's finally take a look at some progress on 3DPE, a new cloud-based 3D game development engine that many fan games make use of.
Get
Hi.
ready to enter a new dimension.
I haven't heard of this. What is this?
Hi, I'm Bonzo Rob, and this is 3Bot. We've got 2 minutes to go over why fangame creators might want to use our engine, 3DPE, over our rivals, like Ulix Dexflow, or Poke Engine, or making a ROM hack, or, well, you know. 3DPE isn't specifically for Pokemon fangames, and is also what the pros call not ready yet, but fangame creators might be interested. If you're just
Wow.
a player, too bad. Strap in, lads, we're going mapping. If I know one thing about the fangame community, it's that we're nerds, and nerds love Lego and Minecraft. So I built the map editor around voxel editing, where it's quick and easy to block
looks
out
really
the
fun,
obvious.
yeah.
You can also directly edit polar terrain, which means round, not cold. Then we can just paint on tiles, or use the ancient secret technique known as dragging a box to do it quick. The terrain filters, so we only get the rocks. Aha, you say. But what if I don't want my grass to look like an old pool table? Check this out. You can make tile patterns and use that to break up your repeats. Pro tip, this even makes the map more efficient in-game for complicated coding reasons. Yeah, I know, auto tile's good. I'll probably add it at some point. Tiles
This
in
is
this
really
engine
cool.
can be imbued with special properties, like seasonal changes, emission maps, animations, and even reflections. This all works with patterns, and then you can compile the seasonal changes into the map, and then change them instantly with event scripting. So you're saying, these squarish shapes you're showing me are cool and all, but what if I wish them to bear life? At your very command, so it shall be. Add nav meshes to turn your beautiful mess of polygons into a beautiful mess of polygons that little guys can walk on.
This
That's
looks
my
so
good
cool.
tip. I can drop in these houses and we'll make sure the lights are on, plus some hedges for privacy, because we don't want to see what these sick freaks get up to at night. If you're feeling a bit intimidated by the idea of making 3D models, don't worry, it's pretty easy. In the future, I'll release some tutorial videos for Blender. I made the pixel art of these houses and planned years ago for a Gen 3 project. Oh god, like 10 years ago. I'm so old, but that means you should listen to my wisdom. Now let's populate the town with sprite entities, which sounds like some kind of beverage ghost. Entities are pretty scripting heavy, but here you can see me forgetting that there's a start animation setting. Let's add a lily pup that runs around in circles. Yeah, looking good. And then, because sprites can emit light too, we can see the beverage ghost up on the tower at night.
This looks
It's
so
definitely
cool.
not 3, but my favourite thing about 3D is how much polish you can add with lighting, fog, and camera controls. This is exactly like VR. So, that's all I can squeeze in for now. The plan was to run a multiplayer battle demo in the spring, and then a map editor
I
beta
guess
test in the summer. But it turns out
theoretically,
I
you
need
could do
money
this
to
for
live.
any visuals you
I'll
want
announce
if
those as soon as they're
you
ready.
make them.
I've got plenty of plans for the future, but I'm more interested in what
But it
you,
would
the game
appear
creator,
3D,
wants to
so I
see
guess
next.
Gen 3
So why not
would
join
look
our
really
Discord where you
odd
can bully me into
in like
adding
3D,
features
but I
or
guess
just
it'd be a
enjoy
cool
watching me
little
break things. Thanks for watching,
way
guys.
to do it.
I'll see you later.
But that's really cool. I like this a lot. I like
Well,
that a lot. Yeah,
that's
I'll
it
have
for
to
our
look at it.
technical section. I'm sure you've all been waiting patiently, so let's take a look at some more trailers from your favorite fan games.
Okay, more trailer time. What is this? A region tormented by the plague of conflict. Is there Mew under that truck? Empire, apparently. I think I've heard of Empire. I haven't played it, but... Oh, that's cool, like, UI, or like... A complete balance tree work of every Pokemon? Every Pokemon? Oh. Yeah, the music's really dramatic. Install the fonts. No, the fonts. Oh, I like that, man. So dramatic. I love it, bro. It's cool. One hell of a way to make a trailer. Pokemon Empire Episode 7. Everything's permitted. I'm not keeping up with the Empire, but I guess episode now. Episode 7. Mew. A weird looking Mew. I know those tiles. A very big starter selection. Oh no, a trainer battle. A Colosseum. Marley, wow. A flying Pikachu. And a Galarian Slowpoke. Build? Well, like you make a town? I guess so. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that was it like the Eevee training game? Type quiz. That's kind of funny. That's a fun little mini game, I guess. Cool little quests to check in, I guess. Oh, 4x4 Pokemon Triad or whatever it's called. Oh no, a gambling wheel. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I bet on Skitty. Not really. I need that fishing game. Maybe I should see if I can find that form to insert into my fishing game. Pokemon Island. It looks cool. Available on Poke Community.
We're almost done with the trailers, but we have one more interview before we wrap up.
One more interview.
Chase from the Eevee Expo team was able to talk to two of Pokemon Reborn's lead developers. Here is that interview.
Pokemon Reborn.
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to our interview of Amethyst and Androcast, two of the developers of Pokemon Reborn, which episode 19 just released here in the last, what was it, about a month now, officially?
Yeah, about.
Please, my mother calls me Androcast. Just call me Cass.
Kind of starting out.
No, well, they said some more trailers
how do
still
you-
after
how
this
do you feel
interview,
about
so it might still
the
be Infinity.
Release of E19 so far, just and how it's been going.
This is like the smoothest thing that I've ever seen in my life, and I still kind of can't believe it.
Yeah, it's been a lot cleaner than I expected.
This is just
and
an
granted,
interview
there's
for
still
Reborn.
been some issues, but I was expecting all mayhem and hell to break loose, so that's nice. It's been good. I'm glad that people have really enjoyed it for the most part.
I was expecting a giant hellfuck nightmare of just. Actually, I should consider this.
The devs
Giant
of Pokemon
hellfuck
Reborn just like a
nightmare
little
of
interview with them.
Bugs and issues and everything breaking and people showing up and ruining the game for everybody else, but like everything went really well, I guess.
Yeah, people loved
You know,
the
I
Reborn
suppose we
release. I mean,
spent,
I played a bit of
you
it
know,
and I enjoyed what I
months
played.
testing it
But
out in
I did get
advance.
stuck.
We did.
But I enjoyed what I
And
played.
we spent a lot of time over the years with just people playing it on like the devs. The devs on the dev server would like play with the current build of whatever we had. So
There was
some
an
stuff
Empire
Oh,
trailer.
yeah. I remember when I was like, I started a new save to play through E19 during the beta testing. I was like, when Krim was watching me, and I said, okay, I'm finally ready to start E19. Look how much time I put into it so far. And she's like, that's baby hours.
Yeah.
So kind of going into some of the questions that we had prepared, how did you two find out about Fangames and what kind of got you both of you into making them?
So fan games weren't really a thing before I decided to start making Reborn. Somebody suggested, hey, we should make a ROM hack of Reborn. The online league, that is. And also, there's this game called Pokemon Raptor. And
Raptor
they
EX.
Yeah. And I had never heard of that before. And then I found out that Raptor uses RMXP, and I happened to have a bunch of experience with RMXP from when I was a teenager. So I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm doing now. And that was it. It was just a community project that I kind of stole the thunder on and ran with.
Yeah, I just kind of play video
Nice
games,
episode.
and I feel like a lot of people as they play video games sometimes they're like, man, I wonder if I could make a video game. And so for a while, I was just kind of a person who had that thought.
Right.
And then I played Reborn, and I was like, oh, hey, this game's really neat. And that was it, and I didn't play it again for like 2 years. And then I was like, oh yeah, I played that one Pokemon game a while ago. I wonder if it's further now. And it was further now, and so I played it, and I was like, yeah, this game's really neat. And so I said hi to Ame, and I was like, hey, do you want like help?
Yeah.
And that was how I got started.
So I know we kind of touched over this earlier, but you mentioned that the game, like the development of the game, was started because you wanted to kind of put the story of the league into a game format. How did you first feel whenever it started kind of garnering attention compared to now?
So I remember distinctly, I couldn't tell you when, but I do remember distinctly, I woke up one day and like 5 people excitedly DM'd me saying, yo, Shofu started playing your game. And my response to that was, who? But that was definitely like the big first thing that really got it going on momentum,
Mhm.
and I'm like,
Oh, Thundergate's in chat.
okay, cool. I didn't really have a whole lot of strong feelings about it at the time, partly because I didn't know who he was.
Reborn's a really cool game.
But,
It
like,
does a
in
lot of cool
retrospect, I see how that
mechanic
is
stuff.
a huge leap forward from stuff.
Right.
So I can't say I really had strong feelings at the time. I was just kind of doing my own thing. At this point, I'm just very grateful that it's been able to get to this point for, you know, so many reasons. Just people being patient with it taking so long, people directly supporting us since I started doing this full time, the community sticking around for everything, people liking enough to share in the first place. And I'd say that's really one of the biggest things for me, just because I hate advertising. So if people like the game enough that they want to tell their friends about it, that's what I'm counting on. So I just,
post game
a lot of
Reborn is long,
gratitude all
man.
around, really.
I never got up to it, but like
I know I've
heard.
definitely kind of told people who haven't really already been invested in fan games about it, like, hey, if you want something that's going to be a bit more of a challenge, but like just really in depth, I'd really recommend this game.
Hell yeah.
And I've definitely gotten more than one person kind of like into playing it, which like I'm
Thank
glad I
you.
could help kind of spread that around, because it's just genuinely like you all put in such an amazing amount of work, and it's really just kind of mind-blowing.
I appreciate that.
Well, I will say, it looks like we're running a little bit long, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to call it there.
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate you two taking the time to kind of chat with us a bit and kind of give some input and thoughts about everything. Seriously, again, congrats.
Thank you.
Cool little interviews. I like that they're including all these
Let me just,
interviews.
before we go.
Uh-oh. Alright. Hi, baby.
Say hi. Hey.
She doesn't want to say hi.
Baby.
Okay.
There she is.
There we go. I'm sorry about
No, I'm going to make sure that stays in.
Good. Thank you. For the good of babies everywhere. That sounds weird, actually.
God.
But yeah, thank you again, seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
Love that the cat appeared.
Thanks to Ame and Cass for a wonderful interview. Now, let's get back to those trailers.
Okay, some more trailers. What we
Conquer
got?
the depths of Machia in Project Chasm.
Triple.
Welcome to Machia, a diverse, mountainous region interlaced by caves and tunnels. Here, you will race your rival brother Zane to beat the Machian Gym Challenge and win the championship. But not all is right in Machia. Avatars of ancient Pokemon have emerged, their primal strength threatening a crisis. You must destroy these avatars in 2
Oh my
versus
gosh.
1 battles
Look at
with
that HP
endearing,
bar.
powerful primeval moves. Uncover the mystery of Machia's past alongside a cast of NPCs with region-spanning quest lines. Powerful tools will aid you in your mission. The EXP Easy
Easy XP,
Dispenser
that's cool.
converts surplus experience into candies. The Aid Kit heals your team while adventuring. The world's most powerful Pokédex tells you everything you need to know about the game's 900 plus available species, including regional forms.
That's a cool
Win
little
with
book.
your favorites.
Ooh.
Project Chasm features reworks
Ooh.
to hundreds of species, with over 200 new moves.
I know it's essentially
and over
Dynamax, but it
130
looks
new
cool.
abilities. The type chart and status effects have been reworked to create deeper gameplay with tons of viable strategies. Customize your Pokemon with new
Kind of
battle
cool that they're
systems.
using like the Dynamax forms
Style
and the Mega
values
forms
allow
to
you to
make more
directly
unique
modify your
stuff.
Pokemon stats, grind free. Move mentoring allows your Pokemon to teach their moves to one another. Experiment to create the ultimate battling team.
Ooh, that's cool.
Currently, Project Chasm is playable up to the 7th gym, with the main game expecting completion
7
this
gyms,
December.
that's a lot.
Join our Discord server to download our launcher,
I like the,
play
the
Project
Veggie
Chasm,
Gigas
and to get
vibes.
news about our rapid updates.
Project Chasm. Ooh. There's only about 5 or 6 minutes left, I think, because I think it goes to an hour. So we're getting to the real final ones now. The music sounds cool. And some classic Gen 3 tiles. Oh, that region map, that looked big. Ooh, this is Pokemon Infinity. We love Infinity. Gotta hype up Infinity. Online battling? Oh my gosh. Make sure everybody knows. Look at all these forms. Oh, new Charizard form. Oh. Mystery gift? Whoa, what's that Fakemon? Is that from Cade's gameplay? I think it is. Very cool. Okay, I think I did my job hyping it up.
There we have it. I hope you all found that last round of trailers interesting, because I sure did.
We'd like to thank you all for joining us. We hope that by creating the Eevee Expo,
No,
we're able
Elysium?
to spread the word
From
and
Lux?
bring light to all of these fantastic fan games in development.
Absolutely. We hope you all enjoyed the trailers and information today. We also hope to continue doing more Eevee Expos in the future, so if you are interested in participating, please get in contact with us on our linked social media. Additionally, if you have any feedback on how we can improve the Eevee Expo going forward, feel free to leave a comment letting us know what we can change.
But without
It's gotta
further
be
delay,
Elysium, right?
Let's get into our final trailer. Please take a look.
Yeah, here we go. Elysium. I like the I think Monica's the artist. I love the little face strats. Sword and Shield verbs? I don't know about that. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, clips are weird. I don't get how it works. A Mew is real. Ooh, a Hoppet form? That looks quite cool. Fennekin? Whoa. I don't know what my favorite one is out of those. Maybe Chespin, honestly. Maybe Chespin. And what's this weird floating realm? Oh! Pokemon Elysium, that's one hell of a title screen. There we go. Oh, it was like a Hobbit, but like the top was different. It was like I think it's meant to be more like a radish. That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, Northern Lion, as much as I want to watch you, no, not today. Very amazing. That was good. That was good. Okay. Well, it's nearly 3 a.m. So I have to wrap up soon. Hey. We don't need ads. Before I wrap up, I'll just rewrite my to-do list. So I need to make bobber sprites. I need to plan out the bobbers. I need to map village, map forest, map bay. God, there's a lot to do. Map ridge. Fishing. See you, JPA. Thank you for coming around. Fishing sprites need to be done. I need to make the game as well. Make the game. I think this is the main meat of it, bro. I'll have to say title screen. I need the title screen. Oh, and I need to do the Pokédex UI, hopefully using Bushido. But yeah, I'll end the stream here. Thank you to anybody who came around. It's been great. I've had a lovely time. So I'm not showing my face right now. It's just how the thing sits up. But yeah, that was amazing. I loved the Expo. Eevee Expo was amazing. Some really good highlights. Really cool just to see that done for the community. Amazing stuff. Oh, thank you for following JPA. You'll have to rewatch it then, I guess. Or at least go back and watch the stuff because I love the 3D, and Empire seems like it's a lot of people seem hyped for it. But yeah, the 3D looked really cool. I think the 3D might be one of my favorites from today. Obviously, Infinity is beautiful. Elysium, Infinity, and the 3D are probably my favorite. But yeah, thank you to everyone who came out, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, I don't want to touch Empire. I've heard some stuff. I don't want to get involved. You can't see, but I'm waving my hand saying, "Don't touch me." Anyway, thank you for coming out. I'll send a little wavy in the chat, and bye bye. Bye bye.